Hello, my fellow exiles. In the end, I decided to check some builds, and I have two for you till the start of the next league. This first one is the revoke of the famous Lightning Warp mapper, but I want it to be it as much as a boss killer. Again, there are two versions for you. One yellow one that you can see in the footage, and while playing it, I was trying to find out what are the main problems and to solve it. And there are not many of them. The first one is Lightning Dot, as for any Doryani's prototype build. And I think the best option to solve this problem is to get rid of Inner Conviction. We don't lose that much damage because in the ideal version we use Relocation Patience to benefit from frenzy charges, but we'll use Defiant Flash, and also we can use Talisman, Event Twins Talisman, with lightning damage taken as fire or cold, and these two things mostly decide all of the problems that you've seen in the footage. So I'll leave this version extremely budget and extremely fastly made, just maybe for your purposes, and we'll go through the ideal setup, which is based on what I experienced during mapping and playing it. So again, it's the great mapper. Of course, it lacks some area of effect in comparison to the those Lightning Warp builds with the omniscience, but the omniscience version, I think, is too overpriced, and the amulet itself is too overpriced, and I wanted to make the Lightning Warp available for everyone. Void batteries 40 chaos a piece. The helmet is easy crafted, just basic enchantment and some Siren Exarch implicit for mana reservation efficiency, life regen, life, fire and chaos res, nothing special. As a gentle touch is very cheap throughout, I think, 3 past leagues. The only thing is the endurance charges, because they give us not only physical damage reduction but some lightning resistance, which we don't want to have. But again, we have so much minus lightning resistance that we don't care about 3 endurance charges. Amulet is basic level of lightning skill gems, chaos res, life, regen, life, global crit, multi, strength, or dexterity, all the stats you can get. The basic anointment for charisma, for mana reservation efficiency. The rings are from Kalandra, just to be res capped and to have minus to lightning resistance. They are not so expensive too, because they have too many disadvantages in these variants. The main thing is Immortal Flash. We have 40% increased armor, minus 25% to lightning res, and extremely high life pool and extremely high life regeneration rate. With life catalysts, even without them, it's huge, hilarious. For the flasks, Basalt Flask, Granite Flask for armor, some mitigation. It was saved from the yellow version, which had only armor that mitigated our lightning damage, but here we have Glorious Vanity here, because all the passives throughout the tree we need there, and here it's the easiest way not to sacrifice any passives. We have 50% of elemental damage taken as chaos, and other 50% are mitigated by armor, but we can swap the amulet for Event Twins Talisman with any modifiers that you can achieve. It's just the ideal variant, which you, I think, won't be able to get until you use Yogin on research, as far as I remember. 3 standard Thread of Hopes to get some notes here for armor. Some life here, crit, spell crit, some reservation efficiency here, area of effect, and that's all. The tree is basic, through all the power charges: life, cast speed, crit multi, spell crit. Here we have pain atonement, physical to lightning conversion, to convert our explosion damage from Azanet's gentle touch to lightning, to have even better explosions. Here we kept our dexterity, and if you don't want to lose 1 point, get it on the gear. Also about the gear, if these rings won't be available in the next league, they can be easily shifted for basic Ventors. And I know it's a gamble, but Ventor's gamble is a gamble, yeah. And with this one, we can keep our res and all other stuff. And if we use only one Ventor's gamble, we won't lose that much damage, because maybe we'll have average 1 million, and Lightning Warp acts that it hits at the start point and then the finishing point. So if we cast on one place, we have 2 million average hit with our cast rate of 5.5. It's 11 million DPS even without Orb of Storms. And when we cast Orb of Storms with Falling setup in our gloves, we get additional 1.3 x 5.6 times cast. We have around 7-8 million average DPS, and the total single target is around 20 million, which is huge. Lightning Warp, if you don't have currency for Awaken spell eco, just use basic Awakened Lightning, Inspiration, less duration, power charge on critical, and swap spell eco for Awakened increased area effect for mapping, because this repeats. Not very satisfying. I don't press buttons too good, so in the footage you can see as I facing the walls and can't go through some of the doors on some maps, and it's only about your hands and how great you deal with the skills casting. For auras we have Determination, Wrath, Zealotry with Enlighten, also Petrified Blood. We also use Molten Shell, Assassin's Mark, and Cast on Death Portal. Sometimes we can be exploded in this setup. We also use Petrified Blood to be more tanky, and we reserve our life with Vitality and Defiance Banner. For mana purposes we use Eldritch Battery to use Energy Shield instead of mana, and we recover approximately the same amount of Energy Shield as its recharge rate, so we are always on full Energy Shield. For the Ascendancy, it's Assassin. I should have told it at the beginning. Unstable Infusion, Dead Infusion, and Opportunistic. And the last variant is up to you. If you want to be more tanky, just use the Mistwalker. If you want to explode bosses even faster, just use Ambushes, Assassinate for Calling Strike, for crit multi and or more damage on low life, because we don't have our crit chance kept, and I didn't want to make any adjustments for this. But even in this variant you don't need to be level 100 to meet all the requirements. It's just basic, easily achieved level 95, and other 5 points are up to you. You can use them for some life or maybe for some damage. That's all for today. Like, subscribe, leave your comments in the commentary section. Your likes help me to motivate me to make more videos and content. So see you next time in the next video. Goodbye.